Alright, so we're back on the road. We left Antigua and we're heading towards the El Salvador border. So nothing really too exciting today, just more twisty, turny, mountainous roads. We were on a toll highway for a very short stint. And you can take that toll to Guatemala City, but we're not going to the city. So we're just kind of, small little towns as we head further up into the mountains.
The roads during most of today's drive, from Antigua to El Salvador, were smooth sailing. As we got close to the border, the roads started to get a little bit rougher, but nothing like the roads entering Guatemala from Mexico. Along the drive, you will see a lot of roadside pineapple stands. It's a great place to stop for a snack. They'll even peel it and slice it for you.
We were hoping to find a hotel or camp spot right in San Cristobal, just outside the Guatemala-El Salvador border. We drove right to the border, but we didn't find anywhere to stay. It was about 4 p.m. and we wanted to get off the road soon. Most of the hotels were back about 45 minutes to an hour. So we decided to do an overnight at a gas station. We did find a few listed on iOverlander close by with good reviews. We settled on a Shell gas station beside a small water park. We spoke with the staff and a few locals, and they were happy to have us stay the night. There was a night guard patrolling all night. Not our preferred place to stay, but it was fine for one evening. Our suggestion is at this border to stop about an hour back at a little bit larger town and drive into the border first thing in the morning. Ideally, you want to arrive at the border early, but not too early. The tip office doesn't open until 9 a.m. So aiming to arrive just shortly before 9 would be perfect. At this border crossing, there were no fixers to help you through, which we found nice. There were lots of border staff there, though, to help the transport trucks pass. If you need to use the facilities at the border crossing, not to worry. All the border crossing areas have bathrooms. This is especially great if your crossing takes some time. We were always mentally prepared for it to be an all-day event. Anything less was a bonus.
When they inspected our vehicle in the El Salvador border, they did want us to open up our rooftop tent.
Before we headed on our way, the animal inspection staff wanted to get some photos of Tig and Panella. Of course, we obliged. If you're looking for detailed information about traveling through Central America with your pets, watch this video. Here we give you the health certificate timelines, vaccinations, and costs for each country, plus some tips to make traveling with your fur babies a little bit easier. This was a relatively easy and quick border crossing. It took us an hour and a half from start to finish. Everything was close and easy to find. There were no costs to exit Guatemala or enter El Salvador, and there was no fee for our tip or for the dogs. We had our stamps, tip, pet paperwork, and we're on our way. Almost. After you leave the parking lot, there is one more check stop. The agent double checks to make sure that you have all your correct paperwork. We could have benefited from this in Mexico. All joking aside, everywhere besides Mexico, there is one last checkpoint before you leave the border zone.
You don't need to worry about changing your money over at the border. They take American dollars in El Salvador. We made sure we kept a few US dollars to tie us over until we found an ATM in El Salvador.
Okay, so we are in El Salvador.
We just crossed through the border and it was fairly easy. It's about an hour and a half process.
Yeah.
I pretty much stayed in the vehicle with the dogs the whole time with the air conditioning, and Tove was inside, sweated out, speaking her Spanish.
Well, I wasn't sweating it out. They had the AC cranked. I was actually cold, but yes, my brain is a little tired from all the Spanish, but it was good. We got everything done. Like Chris said, it was really a pretty easy process. All the little offices that you need to go to were kind of boom, boom, boom. Same thing exiting Guatemala. We did get to the Guatemalan border about 20 after 8, and we knew that it didn't open till 9, but we thought, oh, we'll get there early and see.
Just in case, because everything takes a little bit longer to get to in Guatemala. So always, if you're traveling through Guatemala, any estimate, just basically add extra time to it.
Yeah. But we were there super early, and the office to stamp us out of Guatemala, they were open, so we got our stamp. I was like, sweet, we're gonna get on the go early. Maybe they don't open at 9. But then for the office to cancel the tip, no, they weren't open till 9. So I was just sitting and waiting. So definitely get to the border for like early when it opens, but really no benefit to be early because you're just gonna sit and wait. So I guess lesson learned there. But like Chris said, you kind of how long it takes you to get to the border, you never really know. But yeah, we made it into El Salvador. We got our new tip. We're stamped in. We're ready to go. And so far, El Salvador is looking really nice, and the roads are good.
The roads are good so far. When we got into Guatemala, to cross that border, the roads were just garbage. Sorry, Guatemala, but your roads, when you enter and exit, are not that good. Middle of Guatemala, beautiful roads. Beautiful, nice asphalt. But enter and exit, not so good.
Make you question if you did want to come or not, but yeah, I know we loved Guatemala. It was great, but
Guatemala's amazing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna love El Salvador.
We're gonna love El Salvador. So now we are en route to the Santa Ana volcano is where we're headed. And we're gonna camp there for the night. Now, we just exited the border and it says that we've got about 65 kilometers to our destination. So it'll be interesting to see how long that actually takes us, because as Chris said in Guatemala, our first day leaving the border, we were looking to travel 200 kilometers and it took us about 5.5 hours. So we'll see, but hopefully we're gonna stop for some coffee along the way, because we haven't had coffee yet this morning because we were actually camping at a Shell gas station last night because there was not a lot of places to stay really close to the border.
And they didn't sell coffee at the gas station, which is odd.
Yeah, so we're looking for coffee and maybe some pupusas today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next amazing adventure as we head to the Santa Ana Mountains in El Salvador.